Welcome back to Team Compass.
We're picking up right where we left off in our deep dive into friendships.
Last time we talked about how to spot the difference between healthy and unhealthy friendships.
Oh, yeah.
And how to create a safe space for yourself.
It was a good one.
It was. We also dug into some verses from the Bible that talk about how the people we hang out with can really impact our lives.
For sure.
And today I thought it would be cool to get super practical.
Okay, yeah.
And talk about some real life tips for building and keeping those amazing friendships.
Yes. It's so helpful to know what a healthy friendship looks like in theory.
Right.
But how do we actually make it happen? Where do we even start?
That's such a good question.
Yeah.
And honestly, there's no magic formula or anything.
Okay, that's fair.
But, there's some simple things we can all do to make deeper connections.
Like what?
Well, first things first, be intentional. Don't just wait for others to make plans or reach out.
So be the one to take the initiative.
Exactly. Invite someone to grab lunch, study together, go to a game, or just hang out. Even something small like sending a quick text to see how they're doing can go a long way.
I like that. Just show them you're thinking about them.
Right. And here's another tip that I think is super important. Be a good listener.
Okay, I can see how that would be huge.
I mean, we're all busy.
Yeah.
And it's easy to get distracted.
So true.
But when you're with a friend, really try to be present.
Okay.
Put your phone down,
Yeah.
make eye contact, and really listen to what they're saying.
You can totally tell when someone's actually interested in what you're sharing.
Yeah.
Versus just waiting for their turn to talk.
It makes such a difference. When you listen well, it shows your friend that you value them.
Yeah.
And that you care about what's going on in their life.
It's like you're saying, hey, you matter to me. Without even using words.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to open up and share your own thoughts and feelings too.
Oh, yeah. Vulnerability can be a little scary sometimes.
It can be, but when you share your own experiences with someone, it helps to build trust and understanding.
And it shows them that you trust them enough to let them see the real you.
Right. Of course, you want to be mindful of what you share and with whom.
Okay.
But vulnerability can be a powerful tool for creating deeper connections and friendships.
That makes sense. It's all about finding that balance.
It is. And speaking of balance, another thing I think is important is to be authentic.
Yes.
Just be yourself. Don't try to be someone you're not, just to fit in or impress others.
Oh my goodness, yes. That is so important.
Right.
I know so many people who struggle with that.
It's so common.
Feeling like they have to pretend to be someone they're not.
But you know what? People can spot a fake a mile away. They're drawn to genuineness and authenticity.
It's like when you're comfortable in your own skin.
Yeah.
It makes others feel more comfortable around you, too.
Exactly. And the best part is that true friends will love you for who you are.
Yes.
Not who you pretend to be.
1,000 times, yes. Don't be afraid to let your quirks shine. Okay, this is making me think about another tip. Don't be afraid to be silly. Sometimes we take life way too seriously.
I agree. Life is too short to be serious all the time.
Yeah.
Laughter is like glue for friendships. It creates memories and helps you bond.
It's like those inside jokes that no one else gets.
Exactly.
To make the friendship even more special.
So loosen up, have fun, and don't be afraid to be a little goofy with your friends. Now let's get a little more serious for a second.
Okay.
And talk about the importance of support.
Okay, yeah, that's huge.
It really is. Being there for your friends when they're going through tough times is one of the most important things you can do.
Okay.
Offer a listening ear, a shoulder to cry on.
Right.
Or even practical help if needed.
Yeah.
Celebrate their successes and offer encouragement when they're facing challenges. True friends stick by you through thick and thin.
It's like being each other's cheerleaders.
It is.
Yeah.
And remember, it's a two-way street.
That's true.
Be willing to both give and receive support.
Sometimes we need to be the strong one for our friends.
Right.
And other times we need to lean on them.
I love how you put that. It's all about finding that balance and knowing that you can count on each other.
Now, I think this next one is super important and can be a little tricky.
Okay.
But it's so crucial: forgiveness.
You're so right. No friendship is perfect.
Right.
Right? There will be times when you disagree.
Yes, it's bound to happen at some point.
It is. But the
back.
key is to be able to forgive each other and move forward.
Yeah.
Holding on to anger and resentment will only damage the friendship.
That's such good advice. Forgiveness can be so hard sometimes.
It can.
But it's so freeing.
It really is. Choose to extend grace and offer forgiveness freely, just like God has forgiven us.
Yeah.
Remember, we all mess up sometimes.
Speaking of messing up, I think it's important to remember that building strong friendships takes time and effort.
Yes. It's not something that happens overnight. It requires patience, understanding,
Right.
and a willingness to invest in the relationship.
It's like tending a garden.
Yes,
You have to water it, weed it, and give it lots of sunshine to help it grow strong.
I love that analogy. But you know what? The rewards of a strong, healthy friendship are absolutely immeasurable.
So true. True friends are a gift from God.
They are.
They enrich our lives, provide support, and help us grow in our faith.
They really are. So cherish your friendships and be intentional about cultivating them.
So we've talked about all these amazing things that come with building strong friendships.
Yeah.
But what about when things aren't so great? What if you've tried everything and a friendship just isn't working out?
That's a tough situation to be in.
It is.
It can be really painful to realize that a friendship isn't healthy anymore or that it's not serving you well.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Sometimes, despite our best efforts, friendships just don't work out. It happens.
So what do you do when that happens?
It's important to remember that it's okay to walk away from a relationship that's causing you harm.
Right.
Your mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being are paramount.
I think it's easy to feel guilty about walking away from a friendship, but sometimes it's really the healthiest thing to do.
It is. You can still wish the person well and pray for them, but you don't have to subject yourself to their negativity or toxicity.
That's so true.
Remember, God has a plan for your life, and He will bring the right people into your life at the right time. So trust His timing and His provision.
That's such a good reminder. We're not meant to do life alone.
We're not. And speaking of not doing life alone, I know all of this can be tough to process.
This is heavy stuff.
It is. So I want to encourage you to reach out to a trusted adult if you're struggling in a friendship.
Okay.
Talk to your parents, a youth pastor, a teacher, or a counselor.
Yes, there are people who care about you and want to help you figure things out.
They can offer support, guidance, and a listening ear.
Yeah.
Remember, you're not alone.
And most importantly, God is always with you.
He's the ultimate friend who will never leave you or forsake you.
Yeah.
So turn to Him for comfort, strength, and guidance.
That's such a comforting thought.
It really is.
You know, it's been awesome talking about how to build strong friendships.
Yes.
And how to navigate those tricky situations that pop up sometimes.
Right, but I think we saved the best for last.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What is it?
We're going to explore how our friendships can actually help us grow closer to God.
Ooh, I love that. I'm all ears.
Yeah, it's amazing to think about
Yeah.
how the people we hang out with can impact our faith journey.
So how does that actually work? How do our friendships help us grow spiritually?
Well, when you surround yourself with people who share your faith, it creates this incredible environment of encouragement and accountability.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's like having a built-in support system
Yeah.
for your walk with God.
I see that.
You can pray together, study the Bible together,
Right.
and talk openly about your faith without feeling judged or misunderstood.
I totally agree. For me personally, having friends who are also passionate about their faith has made a huge difference in my life.
Me too.
That's,
It's so encouraging to have people who understand your struggles, celebrate your victories, and challenge you to grow in your relationship with God.
absolutely. And when you're going through a tough time,
Right.
those friends can be a lifeline.
Absolutely. They can pray for you, remind you of God's promises,
Yeah.
and just be there to listen and offer support.
Sometimes just knowing that someone's praying for you can make all the difference.
It's true. And you know what else is cool? True friends can also help us see those blind spots in our lives.
Ooh, yeah.
The areas where we need to grow or,
Right.
those times when we're stuck in our own ways.
Ooh, yeah, that's so important. But honestly, it's not always easy to hear constructive criticism, even if it's coming from a good place.
I know. It can be tough. But when it comes from a friend who loves you and wants what's best for you,
Right.
it can be such a valuable tool for spiritual growth.
It's like they're holding up a mirror
Exactly.
and helping us see ourselves more clearly.
And something else that's super powerful
Okay.
is serving alongside your friends.
Yes. I was just thinking about that.
Right.
Serving together can really strengthen our bonds and deepen our faith.
Totally. Whether you're volunteering at a local soup kitchen, participating in a mission trip, or just helping out a neighbor in need,
Right.
serving alongside others is a tangible way to put your faith into action.
And it reminds us of what's truly important in life.
Yes.
Loving God and loving others.
It's such a humbling experience.
You know what else I think is really cool about friendship?
What's that?
It gives us opportunities to share our faith with others
Yes. Our friends see how we live our lives. Yeah.
and how we treat other people.
And if they're curious about our faith,
Right.
they might ask questions or even express interest in learning more.
It's such a privilege to be able to share the hope and joy that we have in Christ with the people we care about.
Absolutely. Of course, we always want to be sensitive and respectful of our friends' beliefs, but we should never be ashamed of the gospel.
Right. And who knows, maybe our friendships can be the catalyst for someone else's journey to faith.
That's an amazing thought.
It is.
Wow, I think we've come full circle in our conversation about friendships.
We really have. We've talked about everything from spotting red flags to setting boundaries to building deeper connections, and now to seeing how our friendships can help us grow closer to God.
It's been quite a journey, and I've learned so much.
Me too. But before we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final thought.
Okay, I'm ready.
Remember that ultimately, the most important relationship we have is with God.
That's so true.
He's the one who created us, loves us unconditionally.
Yeah. And wants the very best for us.
And He's the one who can guide us in all of our relationships.
Yes.
Including our friendships.
So as you continue to navigate the world of friendships, remember to keep God at the center.
Yes. Seek His wisdom, His guidance, and His love.
Yes.
He's always there for you.
And trust that He will bring the right people into your life at the right time.
That's such a comforting thought. Well, I think that's a wrap on our deep dive into friendships.
It has been a blast.
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode as much as we did.
We hope you learned some valuable things about friendships.
Yes.
And how they can help you grow closer to God.
Remember, you deserve friendships that bring joy, support, and growth into your life.
And if you're ever struggling in a friendship, don't hesitate to reach out to a trusted adult or to God Himself.
He's the best listener there is.
He really is.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Teen Compass for more empowering content.
Thanks for joining us.
See you next time.